What is up, everybody? It is Lawrence again, and today we actually have a really rare or hard to obtain sneaker from Converse called the Crater High, and I honestly expected this to be a much more available sneaker, but there were 3 colorways that launched, and I was only able to get one, and not even in my size. Hopefully, I actually got true to size, but normally with Converse I size down, so hopefully these will fit, but we'll see that in the follow-up review. But without further ado, let's start with the unboxing. So normally, obviously, wouldn't talk this extensively about the box, but this is not like the Space Hippie line. So the Space Hippie line, the shipping box and the actual shoe box were exactly the same. So basically, they sent it to you. If you want to know what that looks like, you can hit that. I'll leave that in the links below in terms of my Space Hippie 04 review. But they basically didn't have 2 boxes. It was 1 box that it was shipped in, but it was also the shoe box. So a really interesting thing, but this actually came in 2 boxes. So there's an outer box, and then inside was this Converse box, also done in cardboard. The idea behind this is pretty simple. I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing this across the board with all of the Crater type or recyclable based sneakers, about how moving to zero carbon and zero waste is going to be important. What I think is also interesting is I haven't really bought a Converse shoe in a long time, but you know, Nike is basically taking over the Converse brand. There is that pinwheel over here that is a Nike pinwheel, Converse over here and the small little bit, but even the back itself is basically all Nike. So I thought that was a little interesting, just because I haven't seen that before, or I haven't bought a Converse shoe in probably years. But let's get into the unboxing. I haven't seen these yet, so hopefully these will be sick and awesome, and hopefully they fit me. But here's the Move to Zero unboxing. Inside this box you have a beautiful white tissue paper, probably and hopefully made out of recyclable materials. And inside you have the Crater High. These are significantly lighter than I expected. I actually have done 0 research on what types of materials these actually are, so that's going to be followed up in the review itself, but I will give first impressions right now, checking to see if there's any extra laces. There are no extra laces. Would have been super sick if they had like Volt laces that came with it. Alright, so this is the All-Star, so this is basically the Converse All-Star, but they call it the Crater High, done in a high top shoe. And so why they call it the Crater High is the bottom area is made out of this Crater foam. And the Crater foam is something that they're doing on the Space Hippie line, but also other shoes as well. They actually release a lot of new images of different sneakers that they're basically restructuring with Crater foam. There's a bunch of Air Maxes along the way and a bunch of really cool shoes that they'll be using recyclable materials on. But it's got that speckled kind of outsole and midsole throughout, based on other types of grind. So they call it Nike grind, where they grinded up a bunch of other kind of outsoles and things like that and put it in here. And that is done in this kind of a grayish light blue. And then you have the Converse material itself. I assume it's a type of canvas made out of recyclable materials, and it looks really interesting. The Converse is actually on the medial side of the sneaker, which I think is also interesting. And is that normal? Maybe it is. I think it is actually. So maybe I'm not sure. They're stitching in zigzag patterns all throughout. And then the front of the shoe, you have a very interesting kind of where that plastic normally, where that rubber normally is, they actually have something that feels like linen to the touch, almost like a ripstop linen. So I'm not exactly sure what type of material that is. And then along the eyelets over here, it also feels like a hyacinth, almost like a natural material that is on the eyelet area. And so that's an overlay down here and there. So really interesting materials. There's also a blue nylon material that is in the middle of that tongue, and then that same material is on the back over here, but it's done with a zigzag pattern, done in kind of a burgundy type color, and then on the tongue it's much more of the lime color. I do like this colorway a lot more than I thought the pictures were. The picture seemed like it'd be really white, but it's more of a grayish color, and I kind of dig that. The one I actually wanted was another color. It was a much darker sneaker, but we'll see what these feel like on feet. I don't usually love Converse, so it might not be the best shoe for me, but we'll see. These are shoes that you can definitely put an insole in, and we'll see if it's really too long. It seems like it might be, but we'll see. And I'll have a full review on these coming up. If you have any questions in the meantime, definitely leave that in the comments below. If you like this content, definitely hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. But until next time, this is the Converse Crater High. Peace.